Hello and welcome to this India Today special. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and it's my absolute pleasure and honor to be joined on this broadcast by the makers of the Elephant Whisperers, or should I say, the Oscar winners. Kartiki Gonsalves and Guneet Monga are joining us on this broadcast. Thank you for joining us here on India Today. First of all, congratulations, and also importantly, a big thank you to you for bringing the Oscar home. How's it feeling? Has it sunk in yet, Kartiki?
Not yet. It hasn't sunk in at all. I keep looking at the trophy and wondering, but yes, no, it's absolutely surreal, to be honest. Guneet and me are just overwhelmed over everything that's happened over the last couple of months. So this is like a beautiful achievement for everybody. And yeah, it's been beautiful.
I'm sure. Guneet, do you have the statue with you? Can we see it?
Oh God, you'll have to give me a second. I'll get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
no problem. Take all the time you need.
I have it. It's been so overwhelming. It's coming. I'll just request. Yeah.
So what's it like now having that in your home? Are you able to look away from it?
100%. Yes. It's at home. You see it every time you go around. It's right there. It's beautiful.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Even like, even like Uber drivers or just anybody here is so excited. Just anybody, like, are,
Oh, there it is.
I don't know how I should explain it and sit next.
How heavy
Yeah.
is that statue? Is it really heavy?
It is.
Yeah, these days I and my golden man. अक्सर बातें करते
Perfect. So, Guneet, you made a point about the power of Indian women and the fact that two Indian women were up there, accomplished so much, both of you. It's an amazing journey to hear about. The story of Elephant Whisperers is one thing, but your story and how you've brought this to the spotlight and got the audience, the global audience, really standing up on their feet itself is remarkable. So what was the point that you really made, and what do you think this really means for aspiring filmmakers, for women filmmakers, this kind of a win?
This is truly it's genuinely very inspirational because this is Kartiki's debut film, and she didn't wait for any permission. She just took a camera and started. And this was like 5-6 years ago. Who knew where this journey will go? But she found a special story and got on it. Shot a whole year, made a trailer, and with her work, with her trailer, pitched it, like looked for producer, looked for studio, looked for everything, and that's how we came along. It was so powerful that Sikha came on board, Netflix came on board. But, you're not like initially pitching your idea. You're actually going out there shooting with whatever you have. Mobile, GoPros, smaller cameras, bigger cameras. So it's incredible, that kind of journey that Elephant Whisperers has had. And we've gone from strength to strength. We actually released on 8th of December last year. So it literally just released.
Yeah.
And by the 2 weeks after it was shortlisted, a month after it was nominated, and a month after we won. So it's been action-packed, and it's been a lot for all of us. But especially for us, because, you're not looking. So here, the film business, of course, you do your numbers, you do your how will this happen. But here is Kartiki who just went on it, went for it. First time filmmaker. People will ask you all kinds of questions, but she came with her work forward, and only work speaks. I'm just so excited that this is two women, because when you see the wildlife space, that's also very male dominated. So many years, open jeeps, men with, you have that images built in, when you look
at wildlife. It's a stereotype, yeah.
Stereotype, but here is Kartiki, a debut young female filmmaker who just won India's first Oscar. She's the first director to win an Oscar. So, more power to us, more power to women.
Very true. Kartiki, your story is simply astounding. Tell us, the struggles that you've had making this documentary and then ensuring it gets this kind of recognition, the release, meeting Guneet, all of that. Take us through your journey.
Well, it's It's really beautiful actually, because it's really started out as a very small project and then just transformed into this, and it's such an honor to have an Oscar at this stage. It's just been a wonderful journey. And then here you had Guneet, who came on board, is just such a powerhouse. I think both of us together were just like a complete powerhouse towards this. And it was a complete force as well, because I think she has so much experience going on in this, and she's done so many beautiful movies. And then when you bring all of that passion and all the hard work that has gone into all these years, it's just really beautiful to see how this has all come together. And I think it's a power statement to be put out there. And I hope this really encourages other new documentary filmmakers to just go out there and tell their small stories. And I don't think anything is ever too small to be told. This is a tiny little story from an indigenous community in the heart of South India, which has reached a global stage. And I think that's what's really special about it. And during the journey, it being my debut documentary, there were a lot of struggles along the way. I learned a whole lot. But having someone like Sikyan Guneet on board just really helped the entire process in helping me understand how to go about things, what to do, and how to deal with all the obstacles that we had en route. So it's been a very beautiful journey, and Netflix as well has just provided phenomenal support. It's been absolutely amazing, and I really hope this starts a trend going forward, that we get to see an open door to a massive variety of stories coming out of India from here onwards.
On a side note, can I just say I've just noticed that your Oscars, they're placed right behind you. I just noticed it now in your frame. So great setting. I'm glad it's there. But Kartiki, you spoke about how your journey has moved forward and all that's happened. There's been a whirlwind for the last few months. But how hard is it really for documentary filmmakers in India? And do you think this particular moment, the fact that you and Guneet have won, is going to change the face for other aspiring filmmakers in the country?
Well, I would have to say that this was my first documentary, and I think it might be able to provide a little more insight into the background. But as far as I know from my experience, storytelling is hard, and being able to get funds is very hard. And to get the support that we had on this journey, I think we were very fortunate to have Netflix supporting us throughout this journey, and that's been very special. And we couldn't have done this without the help of Netflix, and to be here in this situation. So I would have to say that I do know a lot of other documentary filmmakers who are struggling to get their work to be seen, get their stories to be accepted. So I think it's something that I hope this documentary will really provide a way forward to other documentary filmmakers, that there's so much value in these stories, and these are the stories that the world wants to see. And I hope this really provides that pathway for people to understand the beauty of small little stories like this, that can reach out to people across the world without any borders.
What happened to the Oscars was phenomenal, because I was live when it happened, when the announcement was made of Elephant Whisperers. And what I wanted to highlight essentially is, because of what happened to the Oscars, we've seen the best of Indian cinema being showcased in its true sense, because you have an Elephant Whisperers, which is a documentary, a beautiful message, a beautiful movie, and then you have RRR, your blockbuster, big bang Indian cinema, as commercial as it gets, and both aspects being showcased. Winning an Oscar is such an important moment. Guneet, take us through, how you reacted the first time you heard about the Elephant Whisperers. What was it about the film that you decided that, hey, I have to be on board for this one?
Guys, it was baby elephants. It is so adorable.
I agree. That's
a good story. And also Kartiki's lens, because she comes from natural history photography background. The visuals were stunning. Even she went on this journey, the visuals, the story, and it was so adorable, and had just the whole forest, everything stunning, and her incredible passion, and I want to say a very purest vision, because this is the first moving film, this is the first that's why I say it's like, she doesn't come from assisting, or doesn't come from being on sets. This is the first time, and it's pure, and that's what shows. So we were not, I just wanted to be on the sidelines and make sure she has everything that she needs. And I was actually very grateful that she reached out to me and brought this story to me. And I could not be more excited to be a part of it. It was a yes from the day go. I was waiting to meet her in person because Kartiki lives in OT near the reserve. So we took some time to meet in person, but when I saw the trailer, I was just like, hell yeah.
Oh wow, and that's amazing because the kind of support I think that you've given really changed this entire documentary on its head in the sense of how it was viewed and perceived by the global audience because it gave that much more exposure to the film as well. Kartiki, you're from OT, I'm from Kodaikanal, so we're hill neighbors in a sense. There's a lot of talk about the two protagonists of the movie, and I'm not talking about Raghu and Amu. I'm talking about Bomman and Belly, about whether they've seen the film. Do they know they won the Oscar? Have you had a conversation with them? Do they understand what this is about?
Of course. In fact, they were the first people to see the movie way before it even went out to Netflix, because we worked along this together. The best thing that you could do is really show them, because without their consent, there's no going ahead. It was their life and their story. So they were the very first people. I sat down with them in Mudumalai and I screened, and they were crying throughout the movie. It was just such a beautiful experience because they'd never seen themselves on television before, and they were just so happy after it. So yes, they saw it a long time ago, in fact. And right now they've been actually, I mean, it's a little sad, but just recently we had 3 elephants that got electrocuted and they died on the spot.
In Dharmapuri, yes.
Yes, exactly. So been out in the field, and in fact right now they are in Chennai and they're traveling with the forest department to the Minister of Tamil Nadu. So they are very much aware of everything that's been going on. They are very excited. I've not been able to have a personal word with them because they've been traveling, but yes, they're very much aware of it. I spoke to the veterinary doctor from Tamil Nadu, so he was with them at the time. It's been wonderful, and
I'm sure.
And I just want to add this, that as we went on this journey, I think everybody in India needs to know that there was a lot of thing of getting like a voiceover, getting like a major, a star to do voiceover on this film, make it more accessible. There was a lot of that, documentaries has a lot of formats. So there was a lot of that discussion, and it was a very conscious call of the entire team and Kartiki to have their voice. So this is their story in their voice, and it's been preserved and shown that way. We are flies on the wall to witness them taking care of the baby elephants and them falling in love and getting married on camera with us. I mean, over 5-6 years, we have followed this to actually, put together a 40-minute short doc. So it's as filmmakers, it's been our lens and very conscious call of having, and we're very proud that we were on a journey for an indigenous community, and putting the Katnayakan community on the map. And as filmmakers, we're so grateful that they allowed us, to be in their lives. And for us, we on everyday basis put them first, and justice to their voice, which is really, really important to us as filmmakers.
I think that clearly showed. When we spoke to Belly, she said that when they came to me, I treated them as my own children, let them into my house. Whatever they told me to do, I did, because I didn't understand much of what was going on. And that really touches your heart because the innocence really shows through. Let's focus on the ceremony itself and what that experience was like. Guneet, Kartiki, tell us about what you chose to wear, because I think it made headlines here. You both represented India so beautifully, so gracefully. So tell us and talk us through that experience.
I actually had a beautiful stylist. His name is David Gangle. We spoke about this for a little bit of time. We spoke about what I would like to wear. And one thing I was 100% certain of is that I wanted to go with something that really represented who I was as a person and the kind of work that I do. And that's when I came across Rahul Mishra's beautiful work, and I was going through his stunning designs. Each piece is a masterpiece, and it was really hard to choose between them because each piece had beautiful aspect to it. So the one that I actually went with was called, it was actually part of the Cosmos collection. So it has the solar system, it has coral reefs, it has fish on it, it's got whales, it's got Atlantis, it's got so many things. It just beautifully it's this very intricate sequence, basically. It's absolutely stunning. When I just saw it, it was almost love at first sight. Just felt so beautiful to be wearing something so beautiful. And I think that really gave me a lot of strength and empowerment to just go out there, show the world what I was wearing. And I was proud to be able to wear such a wonderful designer like Rahul Mishra. So,
and you look beautiful. You look beautiful, Kartiki. Guneet, what you were wearing was a true ode to the Elephant Whisperers, essentially.
Yes, I wore a Kaya Banarasi sari, and I think Banarasi sari, and it had elephant motifs. It was put together by Manisha Milwani, my very lovely stylist, and she also brought me a, elephant bag from Tiger, which was just adorable, and everybody in the red carpet was going on about it. But I liked that combination of putting the sari, the Banarsi sari. I had to do a sari, wearing a Banarsi sari, and I was over the moon that it had elephant motifs. And so I did the Banarsi sari from India, the jewels from India, and the bag from New York. So it was like a combination of who we are and what we are, and everything elephant. But even throughout, throughout the journey of running up, it has been a month of campaigning. I think Manisha was very keen to have a lot of elephants. There were a lot of elephants on me. And it was from the Oscar lunch on, from the cotton sari from Kerala to the Banarasi sari at the function.
I think there's no such thing. There's no such thing as too many elephants. Clearly, I'm being told.
Guneet, you have to tell them about your purse. You have to tell them about your purse.
The elephant purse.
Yes. I will have it somewhere.
Kartiki, Guneet, congratulations again. Thank you so much for joining us here in India Today. And once again, on behalf of the entire country from us here on India Today, thank you so much for bringing this glory back home. And here's wishing you all the very best for your next endeavor. Fingers crossed you're going to bring more Oscars home as well.
We just got started.